President Joe Biden traded heated words with a reporter Tuesday night after he was asked about the ongoing debt ceiling negotiations. House Republicans have argued that they will not raise the debt ceiling and increase the amount of the money that the federal government can borrow unless Biden agrees to cut spending. But the president interrupted a reporter multiple times when asked about his negotiations with GOP House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. "Well, you didn't listen either, so why should I even answer the question?" Biden said. "We cut the deficit by $160 billion billion on the Medicare deal," he continued. "We cut the deficit by raising the tax on people making 55 corporations that made $40 billion to 15%. And the list goes on," Biden said. Biden also pressed the reporter on what specifically McCarthy was proposing to cut from the federal budget. "What does it propose? Do you know? I'm not being a wise guy. You all are very, very informed people. Do you know what that bill cuts?" Biden asked the reporter. The president also told reporters that he has been considering the 14th Amendment to end the federal debt limit fight. "I'll be very blunt with you. When we get by this, I'm thinking about taking a look at months down the road as to see what the court would say whether or not it does work," he said. Experts who spoke with our cast doubt on the viability of unilaterally invoking the 14th Amendment of the Constitution to raise the federal borrowing limit, each explaining that the likely reason for the law did not quite match the context of the situation. Biden met with Republican leaders Tuesday in an effort to resolve a weeks-long standoff over raising the government's borrowing limit. Republicans have refused to allow more borrowing unless it is tied to cuts that total roughly $150 billion in discretionary spending, while Democrats say Congress must pass a clean debt ceiling raise with no preconditions. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said last week that she projects the U.S. will run out of cash to pay its current obligations as early as June 1. Biden and other Democrats have refused to budge from their positions so far, however, and have attacked the House GOP plan as both extreme and unfeasible in the scope of its cuts.